Good morning, this is Jennifer Barrera. Today on Tender Seeds, Stories, Therapies, Video Cine, I will be discussing happiness. Now, we all hear that it is excessively important. It is important to be happy in our everyday lives and upon the decisions that we take, and also in everything that we long, dream, that we request, and feeling it all over our body. So, first, I would like to say this: I rely on all psychiatric laws for all words, expression, or any statement that some might believe is more psychiatric, some words used by doctors, or any vulgar statement, any word that can use. Secondly, I'd like to address whatever purpose you have, kindly don't get intertwined with this business um, when you mustn't, and kindly refer that as you don't bother others. Some can be clients, and other people can be a matter of person working in an affiliated company or in another independent company, requiring them to have specific knowledge and wanting to be free from any wrong mindset. So here it goes. I will use my example and then open the door for anybody to think of their own story and to think and question what is best for them. First, it goes like this. Let's say you have a beautiful life. You've gained the result that you wanted. You have a wonderful spouse, or you're about to get married, or you were engaged, and all the process that you uh, wanted. And I do say process, usually it's living. But here we'll say process. The process of the custom of being acquainted, being happy, being confident, falling in love. Some people have a bit more commitment between both of them among their love. Everything's going right, so you have that success in your life. Then you have a successful business. And in that business, you have much that you always wanted. So whatever requirement you requested in your life, they have been fulfilled somehow. And here, the conflict that we're bringing in is the family. Let's say the siblings or another alternative, a family member, they get in the way of your own thoughts. They get in the way of your own living. And in that moment, you don't feel comfortable. You don't feel at ease with them doing that. So you start developing an unsatisfied pattern of thoughts, and you're not reacting well to them. So you're not happy. So you have to question yourself, what can I do? So if you're the audience and you're the client, you would say, what can I do? How can I address it? You can do therapy. That is very well suggested. And then you can also take some time. They always say take a distance, right? I do believe that taking a distance is proper, yet it is much more proper to express and vocalize what isn't good in your life versus what they're doing. So without harming the other person and any other third party, let's say there's a spouse or somebody else, you can express to them, listen, to me it matters that you understand that I have this person in my life, I have this business, and you are not making me happy. You're not making me feel the sense of happiness that I want. So if you can kindly respect that, that would be great. So that a lot of people will call it upon boundaries, and it is. But it's also requesting a demand in your life. And that demand can never be wrong. Right? You can never be out of your own good being just because somebody asked you. If you ask them, they are bound to understand. If they don't, go to the extent of doing an activity with them and use the activity as a game board where they can switch their mind and explain to them, look, that looks nice. That is more who I am, or that's something that I do in my everyday, or that's something that I don't do in my everyday, but that's something that I would do, or this is something that my other half likes, or, imply things that make it clearer. But then if you don't want to say much upon your privacy, then limit. But in that activity, resolve the conflict that they're not seeing. If it always happens, always take the time to distance yourself, but then don't feel that you have to be harassing yourself or harassing others. If it comes to that, take some distance, take some time to meditate, do therapies. Some people find that it's good writing. It is very well encouraged, but not only write. Make the strategy of your own purpose that they will understand and acknowledge, to respect your boundaries, your life, and what you mean. If they go against you, they're going, and as I said, my example, if people went against me and they did, how can you make it that it never occurs again? Because a lot of people say God punishes that, society punishes that. People can be, obviously, if you have a good relationship and you use bad words or you use specific spaces and you agree upon that, then that's not seen wrong. But if at some point it's not right, then you have to address it, right? You have to have that good sense and that good logic. So I wish this can really makes sense for the client and the audience, that in one specific moment we can actually make it more accessible in our living, that people respect whom we are. Some people won't. Then go furthermore. Some people will hire lawyers. Some people have specific friends of them or specific agents of society that will enable you in that. They can actually make it even more logical for every person, because remember that your happiness matters. If you've wasted years, if you've been in a position where you're not happy, then make your happiness secure. Happiness is excessively important. So wishing that this small video series gives you the right insightful information on how you can make it your own. Relying on divinity is good. Relying on God, I often use it because there's laws that can alter fast, and then there's God. But acknowledging that there's specific moments that you can author for the good of your own life, that's always a good option. So wishing you have a good day, wishing you do something you love. Thank you and have a good day.